Hey guys, Joseph Henson here with Henson CPA Group. I appreciate you guys joining me today. Just a reminder, there is a link below to book a call with us. If you have any questions after this, today we're going to jump right into this and we're going to talk about back taxes without panic. Options you actually have. Again, I'm Joseph Henson with Henson CPA Group. Thanks for joining me. And as always, if you have questions, do go ahead and email me, call me, book a call. But let's go ahead and get started. With April 15th coming up, I know a lot of folks who haven't yet filed their taxes in years. And we want to talk about what that really looks like. First of all, you are not alone. Many business owners quietly deal with tax balances at some point. Why does this happen? There's cash flow challenges. There is rapid business growth. There was an estimated tax miscalculations, meaning you didn't quite have enough there that you thought you would, or unexpected life or business events. Having a tax balance does not automatically mean things are out of control, and the key is understanding your options early. The real risk isn't the balance. What do I mean by that? When you have a balance, say $10,000 owed to the IRS or your local or state government, that isn't the problem. That isn't the risk. Most of these problems will escalate because they are ignored, not because they exist. Ignoring the problem will escalate this to a level you don't want it to go to. When they go unaddressed, when the balances are just allowed to sit there, the penalties will continue accumulating, the interest will grow, and enforcement letters will eventually begin. You can't hide from the IRS, especially as a business owner. You will be found, and they will send you enforcement letters to do several different things, such as levy accounts, automatically withhold money going in, put liens on things, and addressing the situation early usually creates more flexibility. What is the first step? The first step one, is understanding the full situation. So before exploring your solutions, the first step is to understand the complete picture. What does that involve? This involves reviewing the IRS account transcripts. What do they have? What have they issued? What do they not quite have that you know you're going to have to provide? It will also let you know the total balance owed, any penalties and interest, and then the filing history. If this is payroll related, did you have all your quarterlies in? If this is tax related, just for your income tax, have you been making estimates? Have you not been? Were your W-2 withholdings on there? And then often the notice a business owner receives is only part of the story. There's a lot more to this, because this might be the second or third letter you've just been ignoring them because of the stress. I get it. It's stressful. That's why we're here to help. You have options. The first option is a payment plan. And this is one of the most common solutions, is setting up a payment arrangement. In many situations, taxpayers can make structured monthly payments, remain compliant while paying down the balance, and also avoid more aggressive collection actions. Payment plans are often the most straightforward option. That's not saying they're the best option, but it is one of the most straightforward options that you have as a taxpayer. Option two, catching up on unfiled returns. Sometimes it's not the real issue isn't the balance, it's the missing filings. And you need the returns to be brought current. And when they are, the IRS account becomes clearer. The IRS will send out letters saying, here is your balance due. And it's your job to decide, does it make sense? If I didn't file this year, if I didn't file 2019 or 2020, do I think what they have is right? Would filing that unfiled year actually cause a reduction? This would make the balance change. And it also has different resolution options that we now get to expand upon. Getting filings up to date is often a really critical first step. Option three, penalty relief opportunities. Not always, but there are certain situations that penalties may be reduced. The IRS sometimes provides relief when taxpayers have a strong compliance history. There are reasonable circumstances that affected your filing or payment, and there are errors where the errors were corrected quickly. Not every situation qualifies, but it is something that can be evaluated, looked at, and understood. Option 4, settlement programs. In some cases, taxpayers may qualify for programs that reduce the balance owed. These have several factors that need to be considered, such as your income, your assets, and your ability to pay. Not everyone's going to have this available to them, but they are available in certain situations. That's one of the things we always do. Do you have this option available to you? How much income do you have? What is your reasonable collection potential? Do you have assets that can be sold? What's the quick sale value? Do you need to decide, hey, I have 3 cars. I like these 2. The IRS doesn't care. You might like it. It might be a pristine 1969 Mustang that you want to keep because you rebuilt it. It needed a little bit of work. The IRS doesn't care. They want to know, what are the assets you have? How much are those worth? And what can happen is, if you decide, hey, I don't want to do this, they can deny any sort of settlement program without looking at it, because you have the assets there. If you owe $75,000 and you have $150,000 in vehicles, they don't care. Unless you have a vehicle that has a loan on it and you can't make money off it, they're going to say, sell it. Do you have stock? Sell it. This is what they know and what they need to do. This is the most important step, and regardless of the option, the most important step is just addressing the issue intentionally. What does that mean? This means understanding the numbers, evaluating the realistic options, and then avoiding rushed decisions. Many situations that seem overwhelming become manageable once the full picture is clear. You don't have to always worry about rushing a decision. You might receive a letter saying you have 2 weeks to reply. We can extend that in a lot of situations and say, hey, we need more time to get this fixed. We're working on it. Give us 30 days. We go from there. But to do that, there are many times we have to go back and fix your numbers, go back and file your returns. We want to do this in a way that makes sense for you and for anyone else that is involved. If you are a business owner, that means we might have to do some of the business stuff, then go to the personal side, because you have different forms for both of those. We need to be able to realistically evaluate the options at your disposal. Here's what business owners often discover. Once the situation is reviewed, many owners realize the balance is way more manageable than what they expected. There are more options available to them than they realize, and then the process is less intimidating with guidance. When we get involved, clarity often replaces panic. You sleep better at night. You don't have to worry about someone kicking your door down or sending you a letter saying we're taking everything you have. This is what we want to do to help you out and go from there. If you're currently dealing with back taxes or an IRS notice and aren't sure what your options are, we have a free strategy call to review your situation. We will walk through the numbers, and discuss potential next steps. No pressure, just clarity. Again, I'm Joseph Henson, Henson CPA Group. My number is down below. My email's down below. There is a booking link down below, and you can also find it on our website, hensoncpagroup.com. Until next time, though, I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon and evening, and I hope that you have a successful tax filing season. If anything comes up that you have questions on, please reach out. We're here to help. We're here to walk you through it, but we will talk to you